Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. In today's video, we're going to be going over the 7 most essential blues chord progressions you have to know. We'll start with the most basic one and then progressively get to the more complex ones. These more complex chord progressions, they're not just going to be some random fancy chord subs that I'll give you. They're actually common in many blues and jazz blues tunes. I'll be playing in the key of B flat. I'll be mostly using guide-tone chords or shell voicings, which are chords that only have a root, a third, and a seventh. So let's get started. The first one we'll look at is your classic 1-4-5. The blues song structure has 3 sections. The first 4 bars is the A section, the second 4 bars is the B section, then the third 4 bars is the C section, or it's also called the turnaround. For this one, we're going to have the 1 chord, and these are all dominant 7 chords. In this case, it's going to be B flat 7 for 4 bars. Then on the B section, it's the first time we see the 4 chord. That's right on bar 5 for 2 bars. And then we go back to 1. And then the turnaround will start with 5 on bar 9. 1 bar of that. Going down to 4. It's the whole redirection of the harmony back to 1. So the 1 chord on 11 and then 12 is going to be the 5 chord. So I'll demonstrate this with drums. The first addition we'll make is adding the 4 chord to the second bar of the song structure. So far we just had B flat 7 for 4 bars. Now we're going to have, and then right there on bar 2 is the 4 chord, which is E flat 7, then back to 1. This creates more movement, keeps the music more alive, and that's why it's probably the most common version of the first 4 bars of the blues is going to the 4 chord. Okay, so with drums. The third version of the blues I want to show you is one that has right on the second section of the blues, which is the second 4 bars, right on bar 6 is a diminished chord. We call this the sharp 4 diminished. Right after E flat 7 on bar 5, on bar 6 we're going to have E diminished going back to 1. You want to play the 1 over the 5 there to get this nice chromatic motion of the root of the 3 chords, voice leading correctly. If you don't do that, what you get is this tritone motion from both roots of the diminished and the 1 chord. It's fine, but it sounds best if you go there and then go to 1 for bar 8. Okay? You gotta be careful with this one because it's such a colorful and nice sounding, classic sounding movement of the blues there that if you do it too much, it just sounds a little bit predictable just because it really stands out and it's very colorful. So use your ears, react to what the band's doing, what musicians are playing, and make those decisions based on the context you're in. Don't just plug it in just because you know it. Okay, so anyway, here it is with drums. Okay, so number 4 is going to be adding our first 2-5 to the chord progression. Right on bar 4 of the song structure, we're going to play a 2-5 that's going to resolve to the 4 chord on bar 5. By adding 2 5s, what we're doing is just anticipating the resolution even more. So here we're just saying, wow, we can't wait for 4. That's what the 2 5 is doing. Without that, we just go to 4. With the 2 5, we're really making people anticipate it now. Okay? So specifically on bar 4, that's going to be F minor 7 and B flat 7. So because it's 2 chords, we're going to divide the measure 2 beats and 2 beats. 2 beats for F minor, 2 beats for B flat. Okay? So here's what it sounds like. For number 5, we're going to add another 2 5. This time is going to be on bar 8. It's going to be a D minor 7 going to a G7. Now, where does that go? Well, normally we have F7 right on bar 9, so we would have to go there, but that doesn't really work. We need to resolve the G7 to the 2, which is the expected resolution, and then push the F7 to the next bar, to bar 10. Okay? So playing from bar 5, it will sound like this. So here's bar 8. And the resolution to C minor 7 on bar 9, then F7 is now on bar 10. Okay? So here it is with drums. Okay, for number 6, what we'll do is develop our turnaround a little bit more. So far, we just have a C minor 7 on bar 9, then we go to F7, and then we just have, so far, a B flat and an F7, right? Let's add more chords so that we have more motion going back to 1. The classic move here is to go from the 1 chord to a 5-7 of 2, which is a secondary dominant, G7 in this case. So 2 beats of B flat, 2 beats of G7, 2 beats of C minor, and then 2 beats of F7. Okay? So that G7 resolved to the 2, and then it went to 5. That way we have more motion. Here it is with drums. For number 7, we're definitely getting a little bit more complex now. We'll keep everything we have. But when we get to bar 5, which is the E flat 7, the 4 chord, on bar 6, we're going to play E flat minor and A flat 7. That's a 2-5. That's going to lead chromatically to another 2-5 going down. So that would be D minor and G7. Then another one going down chromatically, D flat minor 7 to G flat 7. So that we get to the C minor right on bar 9 for another 2-5. This time more extended because the C minor 7 is 1 bar and F7 is another bar, right? So all that is just a way to get from point A to point B. Okay, so with drums. All right, so the last one, which is a bonus blues chord progression I want to show you, is called a Bird blues or Charlie Parker blues. This has a complete different set of chords, but it keeps the same song structure, 12 bars, and it even keeps the same structure of tonal centers, where we have the one chord around the first 4 bars, the 4 chords around the second 4 bars, and then we have a turnaround on the third 4 bars. The difference is that this one is mostly based around the major harmony. It will start with a major 7 chord, and then we have a 2-5, minor 2-5, 2-6. Then we have a 2-5 to 4, and the 4 is major 7. Then we have a 2-5 like we had in the chromatic version. So E flat minor 7 to A flat 7. And there's 2 versions here. You can go chromatically, like we did, or that E flat minor 7 to A flat 7 will resolve to a D minor 7 and then G7. And then we go to C minor. So it would be and then the turnaround is going to be the same. Another version is, again, the chromatic 2-5s. Okay, so I'm going to play with drums now. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you found these helpful. My recommendation is study these, memorize them. They're very common. You're gonna see it in a lot of tunes. But when you play, the most important thing to do is use your ears. Okay, play to what the band's doing. Don't just randomly play something because you think it's cool. Try to first actually understand what's happening, the context, what people are playing, and then react to that. Okay. Anyway, so please like and subscribe if you like this type of content. I make videos, planned lessons, tips, all kinds of stuff. So I'll see you in the next video.